Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Today I thought I would give kind of an update to my foundations and concealers. I did film this last year and there has been some change to my collection. I'm not going to declutter anything right now because I have been decluttering, and you probably have seen some foundations pop up in my declutter videos that I've been doing fairly regularly. I've been trying to test out things and get them out if they don't work. So I'm just going to show what I have right now, what it's kind of culled down to, and then kind of give my thoughts on where it's headed in the future. So the first one, we're going to start with kind of liquid and cream foundations. So I have two of this. This is the Marc Jacobs Marvelous Mousse Transformative Foundation. I admit that I have not used this very much at all. I've tried it a couple times. That's what it looks like. It's kind of a thicker formula. I need to experiment with this and see how it works. I've been having a lot of problems with my foundation recently, just it looking weird or not sticking or just applying weird. So I'm not going to get rid of anything right now because I'm still experimenting. Even the stuff I really like is not working right now. So I don't want to make any rash decisions, but I do have two of those. That's the first foundation. I have two other compacts in here. This one is the Maybelline Dream Cushion. Oh, and I was going to give you the shades too, so you get kind of an idea. This is number 12 Ivory. So next is Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation on the Go. This is in the shade 10 Porcelain, and this is a cushion foundation. Oh, you don't need to see that. So that's what it looks like. I do need to work on this because I do remember liking this, and maybe I just need to go to a lighter coverage foundation like that one, and that might fix some things. I'm not really sure. This one is what I keep around for performances when I need something really heavy and really flawless looking, and it is the Cover FX. It's like a liquid to powder kind of thing. This, it looks gross because I have little hairs in it, which I need to clean out from the foundation brushes. And this is in the shade C20. So that one, this is just for performances for the most part because it does not look natural at all on the face up close. So that's why I keep it for performances. Next is from Lorac. This is the Natural Performance Foundation, and it's in the shade NP1. I need to practice with this some more. I haven't really given it a good try, but like I said, I've been having some problems, so I've just been experimenting and decluttering as I go, and I had some good ones that I used up. I've used up quite a few foundations in the past year, but I still have a ways to go. Next is from number 7, and this is the Lift and Illuminate Foundation. It does have sunscreen in it. This is the shade Cool Ivory. It's an okay shade. It's a little, it doesn't quite match. It feels like it's a little darker than my skin, but I still think it works. One that I have been wearing quite frequently, trying to make it work, experimenting with different primers and setting powders, is the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, and it's in the shade 0.5 Breeze by Clinique. This one is unusual, whereas the other ones are like pumps. This one has a giant doe foot applicator, so this is one that I would not pass along to others because it is contaminated. So I don't want to pass it along, but that is this one. I did really like that at one point, but it's still, I'm having issues. I'm even having issues with my newest foundation. I said I wasn't going to purchase any more foundations, but I did because I was having such a problem, and it's on today and it still is looking funky. I'm not close to the camera, but it still looks funky. I will say that. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I really liked this before. Like I said, I don't know what's up. I've been trying different moisturizers, different primers, and I have a primer video coming up. So keep an eye out for that one. This is in the shade 1C1 Cool Bone, which is a good color match for me. Next up is Peach Perfect Foundation from Too Faced. This is in the shade Snow. This stuff is where I started having issues. and it was looking like cakey on my cheeks, like it lifted off of my skin, but then it was like gone in my T-zone, and I don't know what's going on. I was using the primer that matches it, and it still was having issues, so I don't know. And I really was doing well with this one too, and it stopped working. It is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I'm going to try this one again, but this is this is shade 05 or 0.5. So that's the next one, and it's a pump too. Two that are not pumps that are full size are the Big Easy Bigger Than BB by Benefit. This has been discontinued, and I loved this stuff, so I was hoarding it, and I need to try it. This one is still sealed. It has not been opened. I need to work on this one and see if it will work better. But I really did like this, and I was really sad when they discontinued the fair shade. There were other shades still available, but I haven't checked for a while because they stopped carrying what I wanted, so stopped looking. Then I have 4 samples that I have kept because one I haven't tried at all, and the other 3 seem to have worked all right. This first one is Makeup Forever Invisible Cover Foundation in R230. And if you hear the thunder, it's been raining every single day here at some point, and I would never get filming done if I wasn't filming when it was storming now. So I have that one. Then I have this one from Dr. G, and it is the Sensitive Plus Daily Safe BB SPF 30. And I don't know what shade it is in, but I do have this one as well. Then this is the Dior Skin Forever Undercover. This is the original one, not the new one that they just reformulated, which I was having terrible trouble with, and I have a friend that I'm giving it to. But I did really like the old formula, which is what I have this little sample of. So I will enjoy that and then not have it anymore. And then I have the Yensa Color Plus Base Skin on Skin BC Foundation. So it's a BBCC full coverage foundation with 8 super black essence and SPF 40. It has a lot of stuff, and it is in the shade Fair Cool. I just remembered I had one more foundation that is part of my May haul that I have not filmed yet, but I wanted to show it to you too. This was a free gift from Ulta. It is the Clinique Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15. I have not tried it yet, and that is what it looks like. I got the shade 0.75 Custard, which is supposed to be very fair. So that is all of my liquid and cream foundations. Next, I'm going to move on to my powder foundations, and this will go pretty fast, I think, because there's only a few. I have 4 of the matte Bare Minerals foundation. They are all unopened. I have left them unopened because they will last, because they're just a powder. And they're still sealed. I have 3 of them in the shade Fairly Light and 1 of them in the shade Fair. One is the smaller one. I have 3 full size, and then one, this is still full size, but it's a smaller full size. I don't remember how it goes. Then in the original foundation, I think these are all unopened as well. Yeah. So I have the original, I have 2 in Fairly Light, a bigger one and a smaller one. And then I have 3 samples. I think one of these may be opened. Nope, this one is unopened. This is Fairly Light, a sample. This one is unopened, a Fairly Light. And then my last one is a mini, even smaller one, and it's also unopened in Fairly Light. Lots of those. Then I have a sample from Sephora. This is shade 14 Natural Linen. And this is the Matte Perfection Powder Foundation. It's just looks like a regular powder foundation. Some of these that are pressed powders I might use as like setting powders or touch up during the day. That's what I use this one for. This is from M. This lives in my purse. This is the shade Bare 4. It is a Flawless Finish Powder Compact. So maybe this, I thought this was a foundation, but maybe it isn't. But that's what it looks like. You can see it's well loved. I use it and fix up makeup throughout the day with it. From Urban Decay, I have the Naked Skin. This is the Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. I have the shade Light Neutral. That is what it looks like. Nothing too special, but I do like the little pouch that it comes in. I think the pouch is super cute, and I will be keeping the pouch for sure. And then I have two of this guy from Marc Jacobs. One is open, one is not. This is the Perfection Powder Featherweight Foundation, and they are in the shade 240 Bisque. As you can see, it still has that little thing in it. This is the unopened one. It still has the lines on it. And then I have one that is opened. So those are my powders. Finally, concealers. There's a couple that I'm on the fence about that I'm actually thinking of decluttering, so I'll talk about those two first. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer Concealer. So it's supposed to be water-based, and I have the shade Fair. I just am not a fan of the concealer at all. And I was trying to make myself use it, and then I stopped. So I'm going to try it a couple more times and see how I feel, and then probably just toss it because it is a doe foot applicator. And then I have this one, which is Fake Up from Benefit. This is the shade Light, and it's such a tiny sample, like you hardly get any product in it at all. So I think that one is one that I'm going to try and probably will declutter. It will be in a sample Saturday though. Do look for that. Next is from Ebates Makeup. It is the Melisse 101 Active Light Eye Light Corrector. And it does not say what shade it is, but that is one concealer. Then I have my Bare Minerals concealer. I used to love this. This is the Correcting Concealer Broad Spectrum SPF 20. I have the shade Light 1. As you can see, I've used quite a bit. I just need to go ahead and finish this guy out. I've used a lot of those over the years. I've also finished quite a few Shape Tapes over the years. I have two with me right now. One is Light and one is Fair Neutral. So those are the two. I will be using those up. The Light, this one, is pretty, it feels a lot lighter than the other one. So I would say that one is probably going to show up in empties before the end of the year. As is this one, which makes me really sad. This is the concealer I would most likely repurchase. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS, and I have it in the shade Light to Vanilla. Oh my gosh, that's like my favorite go-to concealer. I reach for it all the time. Two more that I have not tried is the Cover FX Perfect Pencil Crayon, and it's in the shade N Light, and it's just, it looks like an eyeliner, and it is a concealer, so I need to use it for some of my spots and see if I can get some better coverage. Then I also have from Yves Saint Laurent or YSL the Touche Eclat Radiant Touch. This is in the shade 2, and I have not used it. You can see that it's clear inside the little brush, so that I need to use. And my final concealer is from Marc Jacobs. This is the Remarkable, and it's in the shade 1 Awake. It also has the little thing. I need to try to work on this one as well. So my goal is to use up some more of my concealers and foundations, and if I don't like them, to pass them along to somebody else. The ones that I'm not working on right away are my powder foundations, because those don't matter as much to me. I don't feel as much of a need to get rid of them because they will last longer, and it's not like they're a cream product that's going to go bad. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on these. If you have some recommendations for me for something that's going to help my skin, especially because I've been having so many problems, let me know. I am really desperate to figure this out and to get my skin to stop freaking out. I used, the last foundation that I used that I liked was the Fiona Styles Matte Concentrate. And then I would use the Benefit Professional under it, and it worked really well. but I used it all up and I have no more, and I don't think it's for sale anymore. So let me know if you have suggestions of moisturizers or primers that would work under these. I hope you are all having a fantastic day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.